Welcome aboard the Steamboat NATCHEZ. Your private event includes a 2-hour cruise where you will go past the French Quarter and the famous St. Louis Cathedral. You'll see landmarks and historic neighborhoods on both banks of the river. Here, we're rounding Algiers Point, the deepest spot in the Mississippi River from the headwaters all the way down to the mouth of the river. You'll see ocean-going vessels glide past you as they make their way to and from the port of New Orleans. Our house band is the Dukes of Dixieland, 2-time Grammy nominated and pretty hard to beat. The sunsets are also pretty hard to beat. The Natchez is docked at the Toulouse Street Wharf in the heart of the French Quarter. The 5,000 square foot wharf is a blank slate that can be rented to expand the footprint of your event. Speaking of footprint, the boat is a short walk from most downtown and French Quarter hotels. You can get the party started when you step out of the hotel. We can produce a second line parade for you and take care of all of the elements: marching bands, 6-piece brass bands, entertainers, revelers, mini floats, beads, and all the permitting. We enter the Steamboat NATCHEZ up the gangway onto the main deck, or the middle deck. We have past hors d'oeuvres on arrival. We can also do a welcome cocktail. On this charter, we have casino tables set up in the bow. There are a few other places where we also put casino tables often for charters. This is the main bar in the main dining room. We have a bar on every level. This is, of course, New Orleans, so we want you to make sure that you're never too far from a cocktail. This is our daytime house band, the Steamboat Stompers, and this is the ideal spot for inside entertainment. We also have another spot on the top deck. Either way, the music would be piped throughout the vessel so that all of your guests could enjoy the band. And here is a private charter right before the people arrive. Our dining room seats 220 seated, but most of what we do are reception-style events. Our boat is Coast Guard rated for 1,200. And this is the Texas deck, which is the name for the upper deck of inland river vessels. Between the smokestacks is the perfect outdoor spot for a band to play, and that's where our evening band usually plays on our public dinner jazz cruise. This is one of 2 covered areas at the bow and the stern. They each seat about 75, and there's also ample seating outdoor on this deck. The Texas bar is aft, which means toward the back. It seats about 24 people and opens up to the other outdoor covered area at the stern. Even the dockside views are panoramic. In fact, some of our clients prefer to host a dockside event, especially when there are other events going on the same night and your guests may be hopping from party to party. This is that same deck on an evening cruise. You can see the city skyline in the background. Here we are on the bottom deck of the Steamboat NATCHEZ. We're at the water level, just right outside our captain's salon. And we have seating on both sides of the captain's salon. So you have the whole bow semi-private if you would choose to rent the captain's salon during one of our public cruises. As part of a private charter, it's just another lovely space on board the ship for your guests to have, and another bar. Whenever you rent this, you'll have your own bar package and your own menu and your own servers dedicated to you down here. This is a great place for rehearsal dinners, farewell brunches, welcome receptions. It's ideal for any group of between 25 to 50 or more, because some people do use it as a hospitality suite. We have volume control in here so your guests can listen to the band or turn it off if they're addressing your guests. This is the engine room, which is always open to tour on our public and private cruises. Everything is clearly labeled. And our chief engineer loves to answer questions. We are stewards of history, and we love to talk about the Steamboat NATCHEZ and share her history with you. You can see how the rudder system works, and you can watch our 1925 steam engine in action with two 7-foot stroke pistons that turn our paddle wheel, which is 26 tons of white oak and steel, as it churns through the mighty Mississippi, day or night. We are turnkey, and we love to arrange the pyrotechnics and permitting for a fireworks display exclusively for your group. Talk about an unforgettable ending to your event. Or, if that's not in the budget, our twin span bridges are LED lit nightly with changing color displays. Either way, when your guests return home, they'll know what it means to miss New Orleans.